Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Be a Nurse They Said. My name is Lainey and I'm so happy that you're here. If you haven't got a chance yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button below so you stay up to date on all my videos and shorts that I post on this channel. So today we're going to talk about dealing with difficult coworkers. Unfortunately, this is the reality. You're going to work with some people who you don't necessarily get along with, or people that don't have the same values and morals as you do. So you're going to have to learn to deal with them, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. Here are my top 10 tips on how to deal with difficult coworkers. So number one, you're going to want to set boundaries. You need to be clear with your coworkers about what is acceptable and what is not acceptable behavior. If someone crosses one of those boundaries, you need to deal with it. You need to be firm, but you need to be polite. Number two is pick your battles. There's no need to get into an argument over every little thing that may bother you, but if there's something large that needs to be dealt with, then you need to deal with it appropriately. So not every comment or behavior from someone else needs a response from you. You sometimes need to just reel it in, take a deep breath, and walk away from the situation. Try not to focus on your emotions. That's the most important thing there. Number three is to try and understand their behavior. Why are they acting this way? Is this normal for this person to be acting this way, or is it out of the ordinary? Because if it's out of the ordinary, there's probably something underlying going on, and maybe they just need someone to talk to. Use I statements. Try not to be confrontational. You want to use these I statements to say, I have noticed that, or I see that. You don't want to just be like, you're doing this wrong, or you're acting this way. Use I statements to show that you care about how they're feeling. Number five is to document the issues. If this is an ongoing thing, then you definitely want to be keeping documentation of things that are said or behaviors that happen. This is useful if you need to escalate the situation higher. Which brings me to number six, and that is to follow the chain of command. It's very important to follow the chain of the command because you may very well solve an issue just by talking to someone yourself, but if it's something that is a larger issue and needs to be escalated, then it may need to be escalated to your supervisor, your manager, your charge nurse, whoever it may be. Number seven is to involve a third party. Sometimes it can be very useful to have a non-biased person there while you discuss things with a person you're having an issue with, just so it's not a he said, she said kind of issue. This mediator can help things stay objective and not bring as much emotion and feelings into the conversation. Number eight is to stay focused on your work. We're still here to do a job, no matter what job you're doing, whether it be a nurse or something else. As a nurse, our main focus is the safety of our patients, and we can't let our coworkers or outside factors interfere what we're trying to do. If you have another job, it's still important that you're there to do your job and get the work done and not focus on arguments or disagreements with your coworkers. Number nine is to build positive relationships. Like I said, you're not going to get along with everyone that you work with. That's just the reality. But find those people that you do connect with and you do get along with. This good support from those other coworkers will kind of cause a buffer between the people you may not have a great relationship with. So seek support from these other positive coworkers because that's just going to create a better, healthier work balance. And number 10, consider your role. I'm not saying that you need to take the blame in any sort of situation, but kind of take a step back and think about how you could have impacted this, reflect on your actions that could have contributed to this person's behavior. Be open to feedback because we're always trying to grow as individuals. It's all about that personal growth. So if there's something that you could have done better, then it's important to reflect on that and seek that feedback and take it into consideration. And then you can overall become a better version of you. So like I said, you will come across difficult coworkers in any job that you work. You're not going to get along with 100% of the people that you work with. The most important thing is that you remain calm and remain professional because like I said before, you're there to do a job and you're there to get the work done, not to deal with difficult coworkers. So I hope you reflect back and use these 10 tips to help you during difficult future situations that you may come across with your coworkers. So be sure to stay tuned for part 2 of this video where I'm going to talk about dealing with difficult family members and visitors in the hospital. Now this is going to be more set to nurses and people in the healthcare field, whereas this first video about dealing with difficult coworkers could pertain to anybody, but be sure to look out for that video. Even if you're not in the healthcare field, you may find some of the information very useful. So I thank you for joining me on another episode of Be a Nurse, They Said. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like this video, comment what you thought. Be sure to also check out my TikTok and my Instagram, Be a Nurse, They Said. I post a lot of updates there and a lot of shorts and videos that pertain to my channel. So as always, don't just be a nurse, be amazing like I know you all are, and I'll see you next time.